I don't want my face everywhere, but I know that in order to sell books, this is what Echo taught me. In order to sell books, I need my face more places than it was when I was on in radio. And I need to be able to talk about the book in more places than I did when I was on radio. And well, you just want to sell your books. I do. That's why I wrote them. I didn't write them to make money because you don't make money selling books to the LCMS unless you're being paid. You're the middleman, right? You make money managing, buying from the authors their hard work and then some hard work, turning it and selling it again. You can make money like that. So publishing houses do, but you don't make money doing the writing. Not really. I mean, there's a little bonus, but not for the amount of time it takes. It ain't $20 an hour. I'll tell you that. Um, and oh man, where'd it go? Oh, so but I do know. So you don't write it so that you can make money on it. Although it'd be nice if you could. You write it because you want people to read it. You want people to read it, and to read it, they have to buy it. That's the system. That's the way it works. And so, since I want people to buy it so that they can read it, because I want them to read it because I want them to be influenced by it, I want them to be influenced by it because I want it to renew their mind. I want them to have a better, a more solid Christian sight. So I need them to buy it. So I need my face everywhere to sell it. And we should be able to do it differently in the church. Yeah, we should, but we don't because we can't, because that's denying the first article, because this is how it works. This is how it works. People hear about things by hearing about things. They do not hear about things by not hearing about things. Right? The Spirit does not just open heaven and say, will you go buy the book, Echo? It doesn't do that, right? You have to get out there. And the way to get out there is these channels, and these channels are connected to personalities. The new influence is all related to personality branding. And seeing someone who you identify with, so that we are in the process of self-justification. We are self-identifying as a culture with people who we believe are the justified, are what we want to be. Yeah? We don't like who we are. That's sin. It's there. It's with all of us. So we set out on quests to be better than we are. And we look around for someone who is that, and then we try to be near it. And the best that we've got are talking heads on screens and little images that we can put on the shirts we wear. And that's it. That's our self-justification. Now, what I think I'm doing for you, if you're watching this and you like me, is I am letting you self-justify yourself through a belief in justification in Jesus. What you find compelling about me, whatever else you don't find compelling about, because there's plenty to not be compelled by, whatever else is there, what you find compelling is that there's really not any question. My only hope is Jesus. And it's not just a matter of I'm saying that, right? Like you're looking at it like, yeah, his only hope is Jesus. That's all he's got. It's pretty clear. Look at him. And that's good. That's good. That is the way the fourth commandment works. So this justifying ourselves by looking at another and trying to strive to be them, that's the fourth commandment. That's what fathers and sons are. The son looks to the father and desires to be like him, right? And so it isn't evil to have someone who is I don't know if hero is the right word, and I hope I'm not your hero. I hope you wouldn't quite use that word for me, but someone who is your leader, someone who is a pathfinder or whatever, right? That's good. That's the way we're made to function and work. One of the challenges for us as Christians right now is there aren't any pathfinders worth following. There aren't. The ones that are out there leading people, you're like, that's the wide way that leads to destruction. Look, I can smell the smoke, man. Stop it, yeah? And then it would seem to me that there are others who could be doing this, but then don't realize what I'm talking about right now, which is that you have to use these tools. You can't do it. You can't do it with journal articles and highly guarded political newspapers. Let the reader understand. You can't. It's got to be personality driven. Oh, it shouldn't be personality driven. That's not the way the church does it. Really? You don't think the Lutheran Reformation was personality driven? You're crazy, man. Luther dies and it all fell apart. And it took Chemnitz, another personality, by the way, Chemnitz's personality to pull them back together. And it lasted for a generation. Then it was all over again. So not all over, but like in terms of its visible success, it was over. And if you don't think that the early church thrived in personalities, then I highly encourage you to study the lives of the church fathers and ask, why did we keep their sermons and nobody else's? Why did they get copied? It's personalities. So, and I'm not claiming to be a church father, by the way. I'm just saying that at this moment right here, for us little group of 45 people this morning, you're identifying with me because my personality is able at this time in this way to remind you of the freedom, justification, forgiveness, life we have in Christ. And we need this desperately now because there's just not enough. Right? There's not enough of that. There's no leaders to follow to the cross.